Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, Boxing 24. Good afternoon. How's everyone doing today? Hope everybody's doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good on that side. As always, God is great, God is good, and I definitely can't complain. So, I want to talk about my man, Jaron Boots Ennis, right now. And I want to talk about him because I have mentioned most recently that he's one of the top 3 most avoided fighters in boxing. I have him as number 2 behind Shakur Stevenson, who's the number 1 most avoided fighter in boxing, and then I have number 3 as David Benavidez, right? And again, man, I just like to deal with the facts, okay? Shakur Stevenson, we know the fighters that have turned down a fight with him. We know Kambosos didn't want to fight him. We know Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who fought Tank, who gave Tank a decent fight, didn't want to fight him. We know Devin Haney, he jumped in the ring after Devin Haney's last fight and didn't want to talk. You know what I mean? So we know he's the most avoided fighter. Then we got Jaron Boots Ennis, who I'm going to talk about more today. We know Stanionis don't want to smoke with him. We know Virgil Ortiz didn't want to smoke with him. We know most recently Keith Thurman didn't want to smoke with him. And we could give Errol Spence a pass because we see what Crawford did to him. Okay, whatever. But we know he didn't want to smoke with Jaron Boots Ennis. And we could even say the same thing for Crawford, even though Crawford's my man, but ain't nobody rushing trying to fight Boots, right? And then we got David Benavidez. Yeah, he's fighting Demetrius Andre, but Demetrius Andre wasn't running to that just a couple of years ago or a few years ago. He made his move to 168, yeah, but David Benavidez, this is a fight that could have been made. Charlo not trying to fight Benavidez. And some people say even Canelo, but I think Canelo is going to do it now after him and Andre get it on in November. So those are the 3 most avoided fighters in boxing, okay? That's my list, right? And that's what I'm going by what I see and the facts. Now, when it comes to Jaron Boots Ennis, you know, his last fight was against Romain Villa. He stopped him. Romain Villa had just beat up Rashidi Ellis. You know, even though I thought Rashidi Ellis still won the fight, but he knocked him down a couple of times, and he stood right in front of him. He was strong, and Rashidi Ellis didn't really know how to handle him. But Jaron Boots Ennis showed Rashidi Ellis this is how you fight a come-ahead strong fighter. So I got somebody, man, that responded to a post that I put up, a video that I made about Jaron Boots Ennis or about Gary Antoine Russell, and Gary Russell's talking about how that Jaron Boots Ennis was 1-3 against Gary Antoine Russell in the amateurs, and that he still could beat him today. So, of course, somebody responded to that and said that he's not really convinced about Jaron Boots Ennis because Jaron Boots Ennis, at the end of the fight, he stood in front of Romain Villa. And he's saying that to him, he has some stamina issues and he showboats. So let me just say, Jaron Boots Ennis, he started out, he was showboating, but he was backing it up. He showboats less now, but he's still backing it up. He's winning, he haven't lost, and he's stopping people. Nothing wrong with a little showboat, okay? But again, he's not doing it as much. But he's backing up whatever he's doing, okay? Playing, joking, showboat, whatever he's doing, making fun of it. He's having fun in the ring, and he's backing it up with spectacular performances and nice stoppages and knockouts, right? This is what Boots is doing. So when you say he stood in front of Romain Villa at the end of the fight, listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're saying. I'm not disrespecting nobody, but if you're saying he stood in front of him, then why did he stand in front of him at the end of the fight? Because the end of the fight is when it ended, right? So then if he was boxing and moving around a little bit, and then at the end of the fight he stood in front of him and he ended it, then what did he do wrong? That has nothing to do with his stamina. He got all the stamina in the world. He trains. I mean, watch him on video, man. Just pull up his videos, man, and pull up him training in the gym. Like, he don't have no stamina issues, man. He trains like Floyd Mayweather. He's a gym rat, so that's not the issue. You fight to the level of your competition and to their style. Romain Villa has a straightforward come-ahead style. So Boots fought him based on his style. Okay? He didn't have to move around too much because he was in front of him, but he did move around. He did use the ring. He did let him come to him. But then at the end of the fight, he stood in front of him because he was breaking him down. So why did he have to move around so much if he was getting ready to end the fight? That's all I'm trying to say. You fight to the level or the style of your fighter. Okay? That's how Romain Villa fights. He comes ahead and he's trying to knock you out. He's trying to get you out of there. He landed a few shots on Boots. Boots took it, shook it off, and broke him down. That doesn't mean he's not defensive. That just means you, as defensive as you are, you're going to get hit with something. It's boxing. If Sweet Pea Whitaker could get hit with punches and Floyd Mayweather could get hit with punches, anybody could get hit. Okay? You're just not going to get hit as much, and you're not going to get hit flush, right, on a regular basis. And Boots doesn't get hit flush on a regular basis. He rolls with punches. So if you're trying to critique him on his fight game, then you're going to keep looking and you ain't going to find nothing. And he's going to keep winning, because what are you looking for? What are you looking for? He deserves a title shot at the end of the day. Okay? This is what he deserves. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd, at the level that they had less fights than Boots. They had less than 30, 31 fights, and they was fighting for belts. So why can't he do it? Okay? I mean, he's at that mark, man, where he needs a shot. And if he don't get a shot this year, he definitely needs to get one next year. But he got to get a shot. So Crawford and Spence got to make their move, what they're going to do, and let Boots clear out that welterweight division. Stanionis going to have to make a decision. Keith Thurman, ain't nobody worrying about him. He talks a lot, but he don't fight a lot. Okay, he's a talker, not a fighter. He ain't trying to fight. Stanionis may give in and give Boots a fight. They talking about Mario Barrios now. That wouldn't be a wise decision for Barrios. That's a fight that could end his career. But y'all keep talking about he's a warrior. Boxing is an art, okay? The sweet science. It's a science to boxing. It's not about being a warrior. You could be a warrior and a boxer, or a boxer and a warrior, but that takes skill. It's not just about, oh man, I fight. Okay, yeah, you fight anybody, but are you going to really put up a fight? He has no wins against Boots. He's not going to put up a good fight. Okay, we see if he can't beat a lightweight like Tank, what are you going to do with Boots? Who's bigger, stronger, faster? I mean, you're not going to last the round that you even lasted with Tank. With Boots, so I mean, I don't get that people want to see that. I don't want to see Floyd Mayweather, Arturo Gatti. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be a emulation of Floyd Mayweather against Arturo Gatti. That's going to be Boots and Mario Barrios. Some of y'all want to see that? All right. I mean, I think the dude done took enough damage and punches when he fought Tank. That fight was enough for me to know that he should just fight everybody else. I don't even understand why they moved him up to 147. Like, you stay between 135 and 140 with your fight game. You're not that good. No disrespect to Barrios, but you're not the smartest fighter. You got skills and you got a lot of heart, but you don't have enough to compete at 147. Let me say it like that. All right? Pardon me. You don't have enough skill to compete at 147. You can't beat a Stanionis. I mean, you fought Keith Thurman. You can't beat a Crawford, a Spence, a Virgil Ortiz, even though Virgil Ortiz is moving up. You can't beat these guys at welterweight. So I don't get why you campaigning in that division. But I'm going to keep it on Boots. Like I said, you guys that's critiquing and still looking and not convinced about him, I guess you're just going to have to keep on critiquing and keep on looking while he will keep on winning. That's all that's going to happen. Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, Boxing 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments. Let me know how you feel. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Boxing is 24-hour news. We here. If you like the information, please subscribe and get somebody else to subscribe, and leave your comments. Let me know how you feel. I don't know it all, okay? I like to engage. I like to get comments from people. I like to answer questions and to the best of my ability. And I like to hear what people have to say. All right? It's not just about me. It's about us. So peace and blessings, y'all, in this corner boxing 24.